In this video, I see if the coastal cutter can still float your boat after 34 years. And believe me, you're going to want to check out what this thing can do at the end of the video. So as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be checking out this set. It's 6353. It's the coastal cutter, part of the classic town range. It was released in 1991. Has 171 parts and 2 minifigures. In the video, we'll have a look at the box, the manual. I'll put out all the contents, and then I'll also speed build it, pointing out anything as we go along. And then at the end, I'll give you my review of this set. Okay, so let's have a look at the box, and already I'm excited by what I see. I don't know what it is, but with Lego, I really like it when you get a nice vehicle. We've got these 2 characters here. We've moved into the 90s, so it's a little bit more realistic, let's say, than the 80s. We've got these aerials and lights and things like that. On the sides, pretty much all the same, although, yeah, just in different poses. And then on the back, we've got some nice looking alternative builds here. It's actually turned into a sailboat, a smaller boat here in a bit of a harbour. And look at these 2, you can turn it into 2 little boats. Is that more? Yeah, and then a smaller boat here and these ones here. So that's really cool that from that one boat you can actually make a whole different variety. So now we've had a look at that, let's check out the manual. And as with most of them, we've got the same picture on the manual as we do for the box. This is it one that folds out? It is, you know, it's one of those ones that kind of folds in half for storage. So more pictures on the front. So yeah, we've got like a little bit of a crane or something to winch this onto the back. So that's really cool. I hadn't noticed that. And then let's have a look through. So we're going to build the figure. Yeah, build the base up. It's not going to be, well, actually figure in the small boat, build the base up. We've got a piece of Technic here, some rubber bands, so some moving parts here. That's interesting. It looks like it's operated by the wheel on the side. A little bit of work doing the cabin, so there's some details in there. Fairly quickly comes together. We get the aerials and then the aerial piece. So, and then we finish off with the detailing. There's, it looks like, well, there is 14 steps to completion. So what I'll do now is I'll lay out all the parts in front of me and we'll check those out. Okay, so that's all 171 pieces laid out in front of me. Predominantly blue, red and white with some transparent windows in here. A little bit of grey as well. A couple of the parts that jump out, we've got some string. Rubber band, got one of the stickers on the front here, and I just noticed during my check that one of my minifigures is missing his life jacket, this one here, so I'll have to sort that one out. But other than that, it's fairly straightforward. Looking forward to doing the speed build now. As ever, I'll put the clock in the corner. If there's anything of interest, I'll slow down and chat to you, but other than that, we get to the end, we have a good look at all the details, and I give you my final thoughts. So let's get on with that. Right, I've got the manual to hand and the clock going in the top corner, and we're off. Okay, 4 minutes in and we've got our little boat, our speed boat. What's really nice is when they do this layering of things. So if you've seen some of my other videos, especially like I think it's called the big rig, a big truck, and it has all like the layers of different colors. So that's really nice. Missing a sticker that would go on here because I don't have the full sticker pack. And one of the nice touches is the way they've done it is so that you can raise this up and down like you would with an actual paddler at the back. So yeah, nice little starter there. Already we can see this is actually going to be quite a good size. I mean, how long's this? This is... It's about 25 centimeters long at the base, and it's probably going to come out a little bit further as well. Right, so now we're moving on to using this little bit and the string and this mechanism in the middle and this winch. So Might be a little bit more complicated, but we'll see how we get on. Shows it going in a hole there, but then just coming out there. So I wonder if you don't even tie it off. Might just be a case that you stick it in like so. See that? Stick it in, pull it through the barrel at the end, and then I think we then just push the rod through like that. There we go. Yeah, so that's the top tip for doing this section here. If you're not sure, put it into one of the holes, out the end of the barrel, then put your Technics rod through, and the friction then just holds it all in place. There's no need to do a knot. Pull this back, so just the end is showing. Now do it. And we're there. And this goes that way round on this base that we made. And what next? So the Technic gears and the tyres. Interestingly, for a Lego manual, so what I'm up to at the minute is we've got that section that wraps around, goes through that hole up here and into this part here at the back, and then we've got this ring that's going to be attaching onto something. Interestingly, as well as just normal instructions, this manual actually has photos. So obviously people weren't really sure what was going on, so they've put photos in as well as your normal designs. Okay, I keep coming back to you because I am making a few mistakes as I go along. So the reason it wasn't pulling out as much as it should be is when I put the rubber band in, it doesn't go in, of course, where that joint is at the bottom. It goes over this little tongue part here. Let me zoom you in. So that's going to be higher up than obviously putting it at the bottom, which then should pull it better. Now we'll put it over here. And let's test that. So it comes down, that arm stows away, and as we release there, look at that, it's getting much higher now. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad I got all that sorted out. A few little gotchas. I'm really liking the detail that they've packed into this cockpit area. I'll show you up here. So you've got the red and the green lights for the port and starboard, these little hooks. They've covered those with grills so you can still see them. And then inside it's absolutely packed in everything you'd want. A little seat, controls there, the steering wheel, a throttle. It's just really nice in that tiny part in your hand. Then just goes on top there. So that's really cool. Look at all the three different slopes coming up to this section here. It's just, the shape is really nice, and thankfully still have the stickers on here that make it look a little bit more special. Okay, so this is where we're at. We're getting close to the end of the build now. And again, another couple of gotchas. So it's not particularly obvious on the page when you're putting the rod through with the wheel on that you're actually using 4. So this step here, it's saying you're putting one on first, so behind that wheel, and then another one. And the only place it becomes a little clearer is when you see this back image. You can actually see the one behind it there. And one of the things that, you know, the benefits of checking parts and then building things is you can spot stuff. So I've just spotted that this area wasn't going in, and I'm like, why is that not grabbing? And it's because it's got a crack. So what I will do is I'm going to pause the timer and then go and get a spare part, put that on and carry on. That's only fair. I'm looking for some hints and clues on these. These are in the parts list, but I can't see them used in here at all. I have already had a little flick during the speed build. I've gone back and checked. I cannot see them used anywhere in the main build, but if you check the box, look at this alternative build. You can see them featured in here holding that life vest, and you can also see them on the back of there. So they're not used for this. So let's just pop him into the chair at the top. We'll put our boat on at the back and stop the timer. 44 minutes and 9 seconds. So give me a moment. I'm just going to familiarize myself with the build, have a look at the detail and things like that, and then I'll come back to you and share what I've found and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I've brought us in nice and close for this final look at this coastal cutter. As you saw in the build, it took 44 minutes and 9 seconds. The main bit that slows you down is working out the mechanism down here. But other than that, it's a fairly straightforward build, but it's absolutely packed full of detail. I love this combination of the red, blue and white. It's really nautical. We've got loads of detail up top. I like how we, especially I showed you during the video, how full of stuff it is around the cabin, and that kind of, rather than putting it in here, doing that thing where they're up at the top, is just really nice. Look at that proportion and detail. Often I'll do a video and I'll talk about where I think, oh, they're missing something. This, I think, is like almost got it 100% right. And if I was going to make a suggestion for this, it could be that, not an engine at the back, but you could maybe sneak an anchor in somewhere. But that might be a touch overkill, and it's been a little picky, because actually I think this is a fantastic build. And don't forget, we also have this little one with it as well, with the moving outboard engine on the back. Again, really nicely proportioned. But this bit is really cool. So check this out. So first of all, we'll just dock it on the top like this. So we'll use the wheel. I'm just using it on my side for convenience, and we'll stow the ship, like the little speedboat on here, like this. So that gives you a good look at the whole thing. So that's it, like all fully loaded, off you go with your, and then your super yacht with your speedboat when you go to Monaco. And then you want to deploy this. So what you do is you just have to give yourself enough slack on the string, and that allows you just to manually bring this back into the water, all the way back. And you have a little bit of extra extension in this arm. So when it comes down, you'll see in a second, you can actually kind of, when we get it all the way down here, this arm, if it gets caught, it can move out a little bit. So that's how we deploy it, and that's super cool anyway, in the way our boat goes. Now, this bit, check this out. So you get, you kind of retract it on there, and then if you get close enough to this bit here, I'm literally just moving the wheel now. Watch this. I'm literally just moving that, comes up all the way, and stows the boat onto there. How utterly cool is that? And that's probably the reason why, when it's in the stow position, that rubber band's under tension, which is why it probably stretches out over time. And then obviously when it's off and you haven't got anything on, you've got that nice touch of the mechanical parts there. So that was the Coastal Cutter from 1991. I really rate the build. I think it's fantastic. Let me know in the comments if you would like this boat, or if there are any other kind of vehicles that you like out there. And until the next video, you'll probably enjoy that one up there, the playlist up there. All the best, take care, and see ya.